told you I flirted.
Well,
I didn't know that I flirted.
Well, you took out full-page ads in the New York Times to talk about your foreign policy. Some people would say...
I do feel very strongly about the country. I love the country, but I think you're going to have probably George Bush as your next president. He's an excellent guy, an excellent man. He's a friend of mine, and I'm here for that reason.
Well, I wasn't talking about this year, Mr. Trump, but you have said that if you ran for president, you'd win.
I think I'd have a very good chance. I mean, I like to win. When I do something, I like to win. I like to do well, and I think I probably would have a pretty good chance.
Tom Brokaw mentioned a moment ago that you have prospered in the Reagan years, and some people have said that Ronald Reagan ushered in an era, some people say, of greed and conspicuous consumption, and frankly, some people say Donald Trump is a conspicuous example of that. You make no apologies about the 100-room mansion in Palm Beach or the $30 million yacht.
Well, I employ thousands and thousands of people that wouldn't have jobs if it weren't for things that I built. I mean, I employ probably 25 or 30,000 people, and these are things that I've done over the last 4 or 5 year period, Chris, and I think that a lot of people are very thankful for it. So I can't make any excuses. I'm very proud of what
One last quick question. Can you laugh at the Doonesbury cartoons about the quality of the solid gold sinks in your yacht?
Well, everybody tells me I'm supposed to be honored by that. I'm not sure if it's an honor or not, but he certainly, I mean, someday maybe he's going to be able to find another topic, but I certainly seem to be in a lot of his cartoons. I'm not sure if they're good, bad, or indifferent, but I guess I'm supposed to be honored.
Donald Trump, thanks very much for coming tonight.
You have a good time.
And back to Tom Brokaw.
Gary Trudeau is a controversial figure at this convention, of course, because he portrays George Bush as the invisible man. And the other day, one of Bush's sons walked up to put his arm around him in a rather tight squeeze and looked at him with a forced smile and said, "Be kind here, be kind." One of the things that happens when you land on a national ticket like Dan Quayle did in the last 24 hours is that everything that you have done in your life is now open to very intense scrutiny. And tonight, he acknowledged that he did get some assistance in getting into the National Guard back in 1969 when he graduated from college. And that's getting a little attention down on the floor, in part from the Bush people who are eager to put all of this into the appropriate context. Two of the people who are working with, of course, the Vice President are there tonight. We want to go down to Lisa Myers, who's with the media wizard of the Vice President's campaign. Lisa?
Yes, Tom, I'm here with Roger Ailes, who has been called the Ernest Hemingway of campaign advisors, who was immortalized in the selling of the president, and as you said, now tends to the vice president's image. Roger, one of the things that even George Bush's friends say is that if one of his biggest problems is his public persona. Fixing that is your job. Are we going to see a somewhat different George Bush tomorrow night?
Well, I don't think you can fix a 64-year-old man who's done pretty well for himself. I mean, George Bush is one of 2 men out of 250 million people in America who is going to be president. And I think he's pretty good. I think he's underrated. I think he gets up for the big game, and he's about to launch into the fall campaign. I think he'll do fine.
Big difference, though, between the private George Bush, who can be warm and witty and very relaxed, and the man who appears in public, who sometimes seems awkward and inarticulate.
Well, when somebody sticks something...